and welcome to DICEBERG Ahead. This is Tales of the Tenderfoots, a Grimm RPG. My name is AJ Treichler, and I am your humble narrator. And I am joined today by
Chenoa Reid playing Dasha, she, they.
Dave Mattson playing Vincent Argyle Jr., he, him.
Kathryn, Redacted, playing Abigail Dufresne, she, her.
We are all introduced, and we're going to drop right back in where we ended last time. You're all standing on the top of a steady rise at the edge of the trees, looking down on a bit of a valley with a small town, and there are some fields. There's I believe I said one is like wheat, and then another one is grapes, a bit of a vineyard. It seems to be pleasant. There's a ton of people milling around, and you are there with Clementine, who you met in the last episode in the Candy Cottage. She said she would take you back to her village, and she does not stop on the top of the rise. She just continues on down the road.
We follow. Seems to be the only option.
I mean, anything's possible.
I am a scared child. I follow the 12-year-old.
So yes, she is very sure of herself. She walks right down the dusty road and into the village. You notice that a few of the adults actually stop what they're doing, and they're taking the sight of you guys in, and when you pass one house, you see one woman actually just drops the washing she's holding and goes back inside the house and slams the door. But Clementine takes you right through the main street, center of town, and into this big building in the middle of the square that you can only assume is like a city hall. Large columns, brick, and she takes you right through and right to an office. A woman at there's a bit of a waiting room in front of the office, and there's a desk with a woman sitting at it. She actually drops her pencil that she's writing with when she sees all of you, and she just stops and stares with her eyes wide. Clementine puts her hands on her hips, and she's like, "We need to speak with my father, please. Is he in?" She is still staring at you guys, the woman, the receptionist. She's still staring at you guys, and then she just points at the door, to which Clementine just shrugs and goes to walk in to the office.
Are the stares we're getting like of fear, or are they of like just disbelief, or is it more of like disgust? Like, what emotion rises on these people's faces as we're walking into town?
It's a bit of everything, but it's mostly disbelief. It's especially for Clementine, who's leading you guys. People in town seem just very, very shocked to see you.
And how are they dressed?
Kind of like I don't want to say like classic fairy tale garb, but you know, where it's like a mixture of all different European cultures, but strongly German, but it's just mostly fairy tale.
So like general medieval fantasy, like a Beauty and the Beast village type thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So, Clementine throws the door open, and there is a man and a woman in the center of the room, and it looked like the man had been consoling the woman. He is fairly tall, and she is as well. The woman has the same dark brown hair that Clementine has, and it is also pulled into a braid. The man has this very, very thick mustache that is curled up on the edges. It looks like he takes very good care of it and himself. They both have the air of like a higher, wealthier couple in the town. The woman turns to you all. Upon seeing Clementine, she just clutches her pearls and gasps, and then runs forward and pulls her into this absolutely bone-crushing hug. She is crying, she is kissing her all over her face, and meanwhile the man is standing back by the desk. This big, dark, well-made oak desk. And he takes in each of you steadily before walking forward and also giving Clementine a hug. The woman kind of like pulls back, lets the man hug Clementine, and then is like, where were you? What happened? What we thought we would never see you again. We thought you were gone with the other children. We thought that you'd never come back, and here you are. And what happened? And who are these people? Who are these kids? You know, where did they come from? And the man puts a hand on her shoulder, and he's like, how about we all just sit down, and Clementine will tell us the story, and these kids where did you find them? Clementine regards you and then says, oh, they were in the house.
I'm going to speed walk to the older man and just start tugging at his sleeve a little bit.
I need you to call my dad. You're the mayor, right?
Yes, I'm Mayor Brummelspringer.
Okay, Bumble, whatever. I need you to get your phone, and I need you to call my dad. Vincent C. Argyle Sr. Everyone knows him. Everyone in town knows him.
A phone?
At this point, Vincent is now going to kind of just walk back to the nearest corner and sink.
He's gonna watch you go and then look back at the other two. The woman is still obviously like focused on Clementine. He is surveying Dasha and Abby now though. And he just slowly says, where did you come from?
I'm Dasha. I'm 9.
Very nice to meet you, Dasha. And you?
My name is Abigail Dufresne. I'm in 4th grade, and I don't know why you don't know what a phone is. It's like a box.
He's going to look at Dasha and he's going to say, will you go, your friend over there, will you go and get him to sit on the couch? And he points at a couch kind of like in... the office is bigger than you'd think it would be for a mayor.
I walk over to Vincent. Go sit on the fucking couch.
I don't want to. What is it? Why doesn't he know what a phone is?
I punch Vincent with my little arm.
Does it hurt?
No.
Are you trying to make it hurt?
No, I'm just little. My muscle's a 1, so regardless.
Yeah, no, you're...
You know how to fight, but it's because you know how to bite.
Yeah. Go sit on the couch.
Don't touch me. Fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. Stop.
He's just gonna whimper and just mull his way over to the couch and just very crappily just like slump onto it and then curl back up into his ball.
Sir, Mr. Mayor, can you tell me about this? And then I hold up my newly acquired axe, candy cane axe.
Ah. And there's a split second where you can almost visibly see the ... above the two adults' heads. And then they both turn on Clementine and they both start yelling at her. What were you doing close to that cabin? What do you mean? Like, we told you to stay away. Why did you go over the ridge? What are you doing? We thought you were missing. Like, and suddenly their relief at having found her turns to just they are not happy. And the mayor grabs Clementine's arm and, like, not roughly, but just, like, kind of pushes her towards the couch as well, and then turns to you, Abigail. He says, "Would you have a seat on the couch?"
I prefer to stand. I stand next to my spot on the couch.
Okay, that's your okay. He leans out the doorway, and he says, "Liesel, will you get us some tea and try to figure out where." He turns back to you and he goes, "Where are you all from?"
Cold Falls.
I don't know.
It's gotta be
where is that? I'm not familiar with all the towns.
Less than 10 miles from here. It's a town. It's a town less than 10 miles from here.
We were just there, and now they don't know where it is.
He and the woman share a look. Cold Falls. And he looks at the woman and he just goes, will you stay with them? And she's like, yes, of course. And so he leaves the room and closes the door behind him. She watches him leave and then whips back around to Clementine and goes, "So you were all messing around the candy cottage, hmm?"
I don't know. I'd never been there before. I didn't know what it was.
I think during this time, since I haven't been forced to move to the couch, I'm assuming I got forgotten over where Vincent was. I'm gonna, like, start snooping, like, in the desk.
Okay.
Just trying to, just getting into stuff. And, like, looking at shit and, like, touching my grubby little fingers on everything.
So you're digging through this desk while, and I'll let you know, her name is Philomena Brummel Springer. She's Clementine's mom. You're looking through this desk, and you find papers, letters from other mayors and towns and things like that. You also find one big gold coin that's fairly big, and it has a rat on one side.
I like rats. I put it in my pocket.
You take the coin?
Of course.
Okay.
You can't tempt me with gold and rats and not expect me to take golden rat coin.
Yeah, other than that, there's just normal office supplies, but fantasy-esque. So, like, the pencils are all made out of, like, twigs, and there's, like, one very pretty feather quill on the top, as well as, there's a pretty feather.
the feather.
Sure, yeah, you separate the feathers
Just
on the top
where
of the
they're, like,
quill. Yeah,
hole
absolutely.
in the feathers
Absolutely.
and part, like a little shithead.
I'll let you. Yeah, you can do that. So Philomena is still lecturing you, and then she finally just stops and says, "At least you're safe. Did you?" And she's talking directly to Clementine. She says, "Did did you see where any of the other children went? Or and Clementine shakes her head and she's like, I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. And that's when the door opens back up again, and this time the receptionist walks in, kind of tottering around. She has a tray of tea, and she goes right over to the desk, and she like sets it down, and then she makes eye contact with you, Dasha. And then she kind of slides over and sees the quill is all separated and fucked up now, and that a couple of the drawers are open. And she goes, okay, do you want to go sit down? Maybe you shouldn't be looking at things that don't belong to you, dear.
Okay.
Yeah, just go. And she like sweeps around the desk and kind of like pushes you away and like closes everything and makes sure everything is all and you can all see her on the couch behind Philomena's back. She's like trying to put the quill all together again, and it is really not working, and it's just she finally leaves it and then heads back to the door. And as she's leaving, she runs back into Mayor Brummelspringer, who's coming back into the office with a big map in his hands. And he wordlessly just kind of like moves a few chairs out of the way and then puts the map on the ground and rolls it open. You can see a whole bunch of little towns and a section of the map. You're not sure. Actually, Kathryn, Abby might be able to comprehend it slightly more. There's a section of the map that looks like it's always shimmering almost. And it's changing and moving. And for Vincent and Dasha, it might seem like it's just like it's like fuzzy. You're not really sure what's going on, what's different about it. But for Abby, you might be able to since you're a dreamer, you might be able to tell. The land is constantly, or maybe not exactly in these terms, but like the land is shifting almost. Where one town was at one point, suddenly it like shimmers and then it's not really there anymore. That's another section of the map. On one side is all like coastline and bays and inlets, and the other side is this big mountain range. He spreads it all out. It's a big map. It takes up at least, it's big enough to be like a rug on the floor of this big office, you know. And he steps back and he goes, maybe if you point to it on a map, we'll be able to get you back to where you came from.
Question.
Yes.
In my father's estate, would he have had like maps about like of just like different places or different like, or at least like part of our regional area? Or do you think that would have been something he would have actually had, or is that like a two like gimmick?
Yes. Yeah. No,
Okay.
you would recognize the maps. Because he works in insurance.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, he works in insurance. He probably even would have had like wall clocks with the different, in like his office with the different times, like Tokyo, London, New York, you know, and as well as maybe like a world map or two, maybe one of the United States, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do any of those maps, and the maps like he would like flaunt over and like be like, this is where I get to do all my business. I've been there, and there. Like, in any of that, does any of that overlap with the map I'm seeing right now?
No.
Okay.
You don't recognize you. This does not look familiar at all.
Vince is still going to go over to the map and he's going to desperately try to find Cold Falls on there.
You don't see it. It's not there at all. Especially when you're able to locate Hamlin and where that is on the map. and then like the forest beyond and stuff like that where you must have just been. The top of the map, it is just forest, and there are some like places marked, but it's not, it's the place you came from did not have a forest that big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vincent's now going to go up to Clementine and basically grab her hands and just look at her and be like,
This is a prank, right? You're playing a big joke on us right now, and you're gonna pull out the phone, and you're gonna call Miss Sosa. You're gonna call Miss Sosa and say that she needs to come get us, and we're gonna go back on the bus, right?
I don't know
Right?
who Miss Sosa is.
I don't think she's ever met Miss Sosa, Vincent. Did you see anything on the map?
I slowly put Clementine's hands down, and I basically just tug on Dasha to pull her over to where I'm going to like get Abigail and us together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go,
Guys, we're not. We're somewhere very different. Like my dad has a lot of maps because of work, and he's shown me maps around Cold Falls about where he's been, about the world. We're somewhere like outside of the world.
I don't believe that. I want to lean down and look at the map, like on my hands and knees, and then when I see that it's like moving around, I want to touch where it's moving around, and then I want to roll imagination and just see what I get.
Like you want to do an imagining or
Not doing imagining. I just want to see what happens when I touch the parts that are moving around. Like I poke them. I want to see if they move, if it changes if it's interactive. And I suppose my imagining roll, I'm a 6th grade imaginer.
okay.
I just want to see what happens. I want to give it a look-see, and then after I look at it and I can't see that it's not anything, I'm just gonna touch the parts that are shimmering and moving around.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Got a 3. Perfect. So yeah, grade 6. With your grade 6 imagination, as you touch it, it's like your hand goes into it a little bit, but not really. It's like, and if the two of you, if Dasha and Vincent, if you are looking, and the mayor is still standing there, kind of like watching you, not really sure how to comprehend it. You put your hand on the map, and it's like the land starts moving over your hand almost. Like you can still see the land. It's very much there and not there at the exact same time. But it doesn't do anything more than that.
Well, I don't think cold water's on this map either. Actually, I don't know what's on this map, but I don't think.
Then where are we?
I don't know. I don't know. But they
Where
don't
are
have
we,
phone.
Well, and he shares a look with Philomena, and he says, "You're currently in the town of Hamelin, in well, this land has a lot of names, but mostly it's just called the Grimm Lands."
That's not America or British Columbia.
does the Grimm Lands clock at all with anything I've ever heard or been read? Anything?
That's a good question.
What is your grade in gamer?
My grade in gaming is 4th.
Me too.
I got a
I'm a
win.
4th level gamer as well.
4th level
Fuck
gamer.
yeah.
Rise up.
So you would recognize the town of Hamelin, definitely, as being the Pied Piper fairy tale. And so, because you probably have heard the story of the Pied Piper and things like that. Grimm, you feel like there is something around being told about like Cinderella or like Rumpelstiltskin or some other kind of fairy tale that sounds it sounds like it's ringing some bells. You know?
Would a 5th grade book learning grade, 5th grade, would that do anything for this?
Let me look.
I can also roll if you want me to figure out, because I feel like this is Vincent actively trying to cue in.
Book learning includes skills in the following subjects: grammar, math, science, social studies. Yeah, so it's more of a book smart thing than like a whimsical kind of. Most Grimm Lands residents can't properly count beyond their number of fingers.
Okay, so
Bro.
this. Oof.
That's what it says.
About
Okay,
ready to
cool.
be genius.
Okay, so trying to recall fairy tales and stuff would not constitute book learning.
No.
Okay. I can accept that. So I will accept what I do know, which is this is some fairy tale ass shit.
Yes. As that is happening, you can kind of see the outside light. The sun is definitely pitching into the afternoon. It's obvious you've been gone now for hours, especially after your brush with Hansel and Gretel.
Dumb and Dumber.
Philomena and the mayor give you tea and make sure to get you some cookies and things like that.
Yeah.
And
Is it good tea?
yeah, you know,
Okay.
Liesel can make a decent cup of tea.
Good. Good.
Yeah. So and there's some cookies. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. So they get you some cookies and things like that, and then they have you stay with Clementine.
Do they eat the cookies and the tea?
I mean, it's for the kids.
Do we
I'm not
see
touching the
Clementine
cookies.
eat? Do we see?
No, Clementine gets some. Yeah.
Okay, then I eat some too. I'm
They
actually
don't have more
slogging down
poisoned
on that.
sweets.
I'm
yeah.
slow.
Yep.
I'm slow to eat the cookie after my betrayal with the macaroons.
They leave you in the room with Clementine, and they just kind of you can see them. It's kind of like the door is almost like frosted glass, because they have windows and things like that. It's this weird mid-century sort of architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And so they walk out, and you can see them beyond the door, still like chatting, and just like their shadows, and you can hear vague whispers. But
Can I put
they
my
leave you
teacup
inside
up to the
room.
door?
Sure, yeah. If you want to try to listen, you don't have to use the teacup, but absolutely you can.
Everyone knows you can put a cup up to a door. That helps you listen.
You look
Absolutely.
stupid.
Even a teacup. Even a teacup.
So you drain the tea, and then you put the teacup to the door to listen. And you can hear them. They're whispering hurriedly about where you guys are going to be staying, how they're gonna try to get you home. You hear vaguely the name or the word Tenderfoot be mentioned, and then you can also hear Philomena say, well, how are we going to tell the rest of the town that Clementine's okay? The mayor says, well, I mean, if one of the children was able to come back, then maybe the rest will be able to come back soon. And Philomena says, yes, but the rest of them were taken by the Piper. Clementine went off on her own. This is bound to cause some resentment. And then you see one of the shadows move away from the door, and then the other one follows, and it becomes much harder to hear their conversation.
They're gonna try to pawn us off on somebody else. They're talking about where we're gonna go tonight.
I think they're dumb. We should probably just leave.
I understand. Do you have a tent, a bedroll, fire?
There's bushes. They don't even know what a phone is.
But they have furniture So I'm kind of inclined to want to stay here.
Well, if they can't get us home soon, we should probably just leave.
Okay, I'm gonna be real, Dasha. We don't know where we are.
I don't know
We're in
anything that
someplace
is going on.
beyond what we understand.
We got here
And
somehow.
Vincent's going to get up and he's going to walk over to the desk and he's just going to quickly hit his head onto the desk kind of hard. And it hurts, right? Nothing happens except for the pain, right?
Clunk.
Yeah, no, nothing happens. You just might have a bruise now. But Clementine sets her tea down and like runs over and pulls you back, and she's like, "Guys, they're probably just talking about where you're gonna stay the night, and then you can continue on from there." You know,
Dasha, we're not even dreaming. I hit my head and it hurt.
Yeah,
You're
I don't know
pathetic,
why
Vincent.
you did that.
It's complicated.
I don't know. Who is this Piper? Do you know who Piper is?
oh, the Piper.
Wait, I think I know who Piper is because I have a forward gaming too, right? Yes.
Yes, yeah. You would
So-
you would have heard about the Pied Piper. Yeah, absolutely.
Is this like a charismatic singing guy?
I'm surprised you know what that word means.
I mean, he's not. I mean, he didn't really sing, but I'd say he was kind of charismatic. He was more creepy than anything, honestly.
Is he not
I-
good?
Well, I didn't. She kind of like mulls it over, and she's like, "All I know is that he and Papa had a deal because we had like a serious rat problem.
Okay.
And so he and Papa had a deal, and then he was going to come back for a payment, and I was supposed to be at the meeting, but I was elsewhere.
Is that were you at the house at the candy house?
Eating macaroons.
Yeah, I went to go check out the candy house, see if they could help us, because I was worried. But I mean, clearly they were insane. So,
They suck.
Put
a
people
lot.
in the oven.
yeah.
All right.
The oven is
So
gone.
do you know what is this? So he's looking for him. The Piper is looking for your dad, or your dad's looking for Piper.
Well, I think because I don't know. I wasn't here.
Okay.
What? So he made a deal for a pay. What was the payment?
Well, the payment was supposed to be a lot of money. I honestly don't know exactly how much.
Well, that's probably why your dad's looking for him, right? My dad's had to pay a lot of people a lot of money before. He's usually not happy about it, but sometimes he is. And it's usually really stressful, so maybe that's why they got so mad at you, is because they're just really stressed out because they have to pay this guy.
That's possible. They get mad at me a lot, though. I've gotten used to it.
I'm sorry I ratted you out. I didn't mean to. I thought they'd know more about the people and this. And I hold my axe up again.
That's okay. I'm honestly surprised they didn't take that from you.
Oh, they're not taking this.
Okay.
I am both scared and secure.
Clementine kind of looks to the side and she's like, "You really didn't see your town on the map at all?"
No, your map is weird. There's something weird with it.
Oh, yeah, that section of the map. That's the Checkerboard Kingdoms. So,
What is that?
What?
it's the kingdoms. It's a whole bunch of... There's not enough... The way it was explained to me, the way Papa said, is that there's not enough space on the land for everybody and all the things, all the kingdoms that exist here, and so they're constantly overlapping and changing.
That doesn't make any sense.
This
But
sounds
okay.
like Europe a little bit, but I don't think they've done that since, like, a while ago.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what Europe is, but
Vincent very aggressively contemplates slamming his head against the desk again, but refrains.
I put my hand where he slammed his head on the desk. Just slide it over.
just put a book there or something. Yeah. Clementine takes another cookie. If my dad's not able to help you, you could always talk to the tree.
You
What
keep
is this
talking
about
this
tree?
tree. So this tree talks?
The tree does talk. She looks super excited about this. She's like, the tree does talk. He's been here for hundreds of years, as far as I know.
Like play
But-
pretend talk, like we talk to it and then we pretend to answer.
No, he has a mouth.
And
Ew.
you're not talking about, like, your grandpa, who you call the tree because he's, like, really wise?
No. It's the tree.
Okay.
He never told us his name or anything. but, like,
Where's the tree?
it's kind of outside of town. I don't know if they're gonna let us out.
Well, the good thing about not asking for permission is asking for forgiveness later.
Right.
She's got a point. Do you have any meat? Or any
Meat?
bread?
I mean, not on me.
I'm hungry. The thing is, we haven't eaten in... Can I look at my watch. Is it the time changed? Is it still stuck?
It's still stuck.
We haven't eaten in... I feel like... These cookies are good and all. But I feel like I haven't had solids foods in a long time. And does it look like it's like afternoon hardcore? Like
Yes,
maybe
yeah,
even
like-
evening.
It's like din
Yeah,
time.
it's definitely getting more towards dinner time. You guys definitely would have been out of school by this point.
I'm hungry. I'll say it. I'm hungry.
I could eat more
Me
macaroons.
too.
They're probably going to find you somewhere that'll feed you dinner, and then we could go to the tree
Tonight?
tonight if you want.
Yeah. Do you think your
Do a
parents will
little
let you
sneak.
go to the tree and go out?
Oh, my parents aren't going to let me to go to the tree, but they didn't let me go to the candy cottage either. I just didn't want to stay around for the Piper.
Okay, so you're gonna sneak out? How do you sneak out?
That's going to take some doing, I think, because they're probably going to be watching my window. Usually how I get out is I tie all my blankets together, and then I put like
Okay.
this rock on the end, and I tie it like so it's like heavier, and then after I get out of the window, I just like throw it back up through the window, so it's like more like a weight.
So
That's
can
how
you
I
do
usually
it
get out.
or no?
Huh?
So can you do it or
Oh.
no?
I can try, but we don't even know. And then in the middle of that sentence, that's when the door opens back up again, and Philomena is standing there, and she goes, "Okay, we found somewhere for you to stay for the night, and then we can work on getting you home tomorrow, okay?"
Okay, can Clementine take us there?
Yeah, Clementine can come with us. Yeah, I'll lead you to where we're going.
Okay. She's just, no offense to you folks, but we all kind of survived the candy house together, and I don't really know you guys. All I know is you're the mayor, and you have long hair, but I like trust her, not necessarily as
My
much
parents
you.
told me not to go with strange adults, even if they seem to have authority.
My parents said that they spent a lot of money on me.
I lean over to Abigail and I'm like,
Are we sure she's not like some breed of dog?
I give Vincent a withering look, inflicting 10 social strain.
Vincent kind of just recoils into himself and he's like, okay.
Here at DICEBERG Ahead, we are proud DICE affiliates with our friends at Die Hard Dice.
Distributed in over 100 local game stores, Die Hard Dice has something for everyone. From unique polymer and metal dice to dice trays and accessories. Within their care package that they sent us, I received the set Spring Court for my character Amori on Emergence, a sparkly green set with a swirl of pink. Head over to dieharddice.com and get 10% off your order using code DBA10.
DICEBERG Ahead uses Printful to produce and host our merch shop. Whether you're a creator or just need some t-shirts for an event, Printful makes it easy to sample and design whatever you need. It took us some time to land on a design we liked for our DBA hoodie, and we got 25% off 3 samples to test our designs. Once we landed on one we liked, it was easy to add to the Printful hosted store. Join Printful today by using our link in the show notes, or by using code DICEBERG_ahead to get $5 off your next order.
As an avid player of TTRPGs, I choose my dice to fit my character. Crystal Maggie has an expansive inventory to meet your needs. This year, they released one of my favorite liquid core sets titled Flying Dragon, which is inspired by The Lord of the Rings' Eye of Sauron. Sort by material, collection, or color, making your shopping experience easy. Accessorize with dice trays, bags, or a dice necklace to display your favorite D20. So head over to crystalmaggie.com and use code, all caps, DICEBERG_head to get 10% off your next order.
Philomena leads you out, and back out through the hallway, down to the front, and out into a bit of a courtyard. Clementine was like in a rush when you guys first came up here, but now you can see it's kind of like it is very much the center of town where this town hall is, and people are starting to head towards their homes. It seems it's very much kind of like an end of the day, out of the fields, end of work kind of vibe in the town. And she leads you down one street that to what looks like a tavern. The sign has a single goat on it, with like an embossed gold kind of like squiggly line around the edges. And she leads you guys inside. Inside, it's completely empty except for a woman behind the counter who's like kind of like wiping it off. She has this very stern look on her face, and then a man in the corner with a hat pulled down over his eyes. Woman behind the counter wiping it off furiously, and when you guys enter, she looks up and she goes, "Oh, I didn't realize they were coming right away." Philomena kind of ushers you guys over to the counter and says, "Yes, did you happen to get any food started? I do believe that they're probably hungry." The woman behind the counter, she's like, "Yeah, sure, for free, right? That's what we're doing. We're doing for 3 kids for free." And Philomena's like, "Well, we don't have any money to pay you." And the woman behind the counter says, "Yeah, or else you would have paid the piper, right? Yeah, cool." And she throws down her rag and then heads to the kitchen. Philomena looks stung by that and places her hand on Clementine's shoulder and just kind of like squeezes. "Okay, so you 3 stay here, and Gisela and Johan will take care of you." And there's a moment where it looks like she's about to start crying, and she goes, "And we'll talk to you tomorrow." And then she turns around and she leaves. Clementine kind of waves at you and then goes to follow.
I try to wink at her as she leaves, just to be like, sneak out.
She catches it.
I scoot close to Abby, and I kind of just try to make myself small. And I just look at her and I go,
I don't think they want us here.
Pretty good observation.
So the woman comes back, and she comes in holding a tray, and as she comes around around the counter, you can see that she is like visibly pregnant, that you weren't able to see from behind the counter. Obviously, she comes around the counter with holding a tray with 3 bowls of soup, and she just goes to the nearest table and sets it down, and starts putting it out with like some spoons and things like that as well. Afterwards, she does a little flutter of her rag and throws it over her shoulder and puts the tray underneath her arm and looks at the 3 of you and goes, "Sit."
I sit.
I follow directions.
Eat up, and then we'll get you to your rooms. We're kind of empty right now. Surprise, surprise. So, and she looks at the guy sleeping and goes, "Johann." And he snorts and almost falls out of his chair. And then he collects himself and puts his hat back up. And she just kind of like motions to upstairs, and he's like, "Right." And runs up the stairs.
as she starts to walk away, were there any drinks put on the table with the food, or is it just the food?
No, just stew. It looks like potatoes and meat and like carrots and things.
I kind of look over here and I ask,
Is there any beverage pairing with the meal tonight?
She stops and like turns to you. She's like, "You want anything? You want a beverage? Okay." And she leans down as much as she can, and she goes, "If you say anything other than water, I'll send you back to Steady Hall, okay?"
I would like some water, please.
"I'll bring back some water." And then she looks at Abby and Dasha, and she says, "Would either of you like some water?"
I am done.
You hardly touched that.
I ate all of it.
You did eat all of it?
Yeah,
That quickly?
Yeah, I also ate all of it. We're both done.
She grabs the 2 bowls and then heads back into the kitchen.
I'm finally going to sit at the table and I'm going to just kind of whisper very to myself. I'm going to be like,
They never do this at home. They're always so much better.
You got money at home?
What?
You got money at home?
Yeah?
I think
But-
that's part of why.
But
I got-
everybody has money.
I got money. I pull out the coin. It's got a
That's
rat on
cool.
it.
Ooh.
I'm just going to start eating. How does it taste, AJ? How does the food taste?
It's amazing.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, this is probably the best stew that you've ever had. Way better than whatever lunch the school gave you. Like,
Okay, Vincent's going to kind of break demeanor and start chowing.
excellent. In the middle of it, she comes back with 3 waters and sets it down, kind of like in these clay cups.
I stare at her belly in that like weird way only kids can, where it's obvious I'm
Yeah.
just like, what's going on in there?
She notices, and she just kind of places a hand on her belly protectively. And you can see, because she's had a scowl on her face this entire time, you know, and then you can see it kind of falter a little bit. And she just softly goes, "So where are you all from?"
We're from a little town called Cold Falls. It seems like it's far away from here, but we don't know how much.
And there seems to be another kind of little bit of recognition across her face. And then she takes in what you're wearing.
Then the axe.
And then the axe, you know. But, and then 2 and 2 seem to be put together for her. And she's like, oh. And I'm guessing you've never been here before.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, they didn't tell me that you were Tenderfoots.
What is
my
that?
feet are tender.
It's, well, sweetie, and she pulls up another chair. Suddenly, she just like demeanor seems to have shifted, you know.
We almost got eaten by an oven.
You
That
almost got
wasn't-
eaten by an oven.
Well, we almost got eaten either by 2 people or an oven. Did they eat anything, or was it just the oven? I wasn't sure.
I don't know. They had a bunch of candy that they weren't eating, and
The candy made me
Yeah.
feel really weird.
What did
It
they
wasn't-
eat? If the oven ate us and the candy, they couldn't eat it, what could they have eaten?
there's an even split. They do like part candy, part children.
Well, I mean,
They
we
eat
don't
the
have to get
kids.
into the specifics about the candy cottage.
They're pretty stupid.
I've never met them, but I have heard stories. So, this is probably a little scary for you guys, huh?
I've cried a lot today.
I shrug.
He's cried a lot today.
She leans back and crosses her arms, and she's like, I haven't really met anyone like you. There's been stories, of course, but it's been a while since I've known of anyone that has come from what I'm guessing is your world versus our world.
I told you guys, this is a different world.
Whatever.
Do people like us? Do people like tender-footed people?
Well, like I said, we haven't really... Normally, Tenderfoots, the people we call from the other worlds, they either do great things or they do really, really bad things. Most of the time, good things. But
I've never done anything bad.
you've never done anything bad ever?
Nope, never.
We both look at her like,
We're just like, I just the sternest, like, blankest stare mixed with just the shaking of the head.
Let's how about we get you all to bed? It's or at least to your rooms, and then we can talk more after that if you would like.
okay.
Okay. She stands up, using the back of the chair, and heads towards the stairs. It's kind of obvious she's expecting you guys to follow.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I do.
I'll do it.
She leads you along this long hallway up the stairs that is it has paintings along the wall of a beanstalk that has fallen down. They're various landscape paintings. One of them is this very large sand castle that looks like it has life-size people in it. Another one is this kind of grotto almost, and it looks like there are a bunch of people there with wings. And she leads you to the end of the hall. There's like 3 rooms, one at the very end, one at the left, and one at the right. And as you're approaching, Johan comes out, holding like a pillow. And he's like, "Well, all the rooms are ready. I don't know. Did they eat their food?" And Gisela. I don't know if I've said her name. I think Philomena said her name.
Yeah, Gisela.
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 She kind of like slaps Johan on the side of the arm, and she's like, "Thank you, and your supper is downstairs as well." And he just kind of nods, and then heads off. She opens the doors to all 3 rooms and says, "You can pick whichever one you want. I have some PJs in there, or there should be some pajamas. And then, like I said, we can talk more if you would like, or if you guys are done for the night, we can talk more in the morning."
I just nod.
I'm pretty tired, so
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I'm a little beat.
Sounds good. Well, yeah. If you guys need anything, we'll be downstairs. Johan snores, so I hope that doesn't keep you up because it's impossibly loud. So, anyway, have a good night. And then she turns around and heads off.
Let's scope out all. Who wants what room? Let's look at them all together.
This one's
Okay.
mine. I go in and shut the door.
Which one?
Just one of them, the closest one.
The closest one. Okay.
Yeah, they're all the same. It doesn't really matter which one you pick.
Fine.
We scope it out. They're the same. Is there any bed that's slightly comfier than the other ones?
Do you go in and try all the beds?
Yes.
They're all like hotel beds, you know?
But we're
Like
talking
brick.
like medieval fantasy hotel bed versus
Yes.
like privileged rich kid.
So like
Like-
straw
Yeah, this isn't
and
Yeah.
hide.
this isn't a palace. This is like a straw mattress kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Good.
Like it has nice sheets and stuff on it though, so it doesn't poke you, but like
This
Yeah,
reminds
okay,
me of
okay.
the orphanage.
How long were you in an orphanage?
Not all that long. Just most of my life.
Okay. So we need to. Okay, can y'all stay up for a little while to see if Clementine tries to get at your window?
I'm
We're
not
on
gonna
the
be
s-
able to sleep. These mattresses are really uncomfortable.
We're on the 2nd floor. We have to go downstairs. Or jump.
Or we could do what she did, and we could make like a little something.
With sheets.
I look around for rope.
there is not any rope.
There is not a
There's not,
single rope.
Do we all? Are they like dressing gowns? I like.
Oh, the pajamas?
Yeah.
No. They're 2 sets of, so like in 2 of the rooms there's like pajamas, and then in one of the room there is like this dressing gown kind of thing. There's also like more children's clothes as well in the closets.
Guys, I think that we should take some of these. I'm not pro stealing, but I don't want everyone to know where we come from because of how we dress.
I mean, we could change. But we could also use the
I don't
clothes
know.
to go out the window.
Do we want to do that anyways? I mean, I know we want to go talk to the tree, but what if the adults get angry? What if they don't want to help us anymore? We kind of have like limited options.
Well, what if the tree can help us?
What if the tree doesn't even exist?
I mean, it
I
all
mean-
depends on if Clementine even comes here. She might not even show up. So I say we make a little rope out of all these clothes. And after we make a little rope out of all these clothes, maybe we don't need to use it. Maybe Clementine doesn't come over here. But
We wait?
I think we just gotta make a rope and wait.
No, okay. I can get behind that, but I'm keeping I'm keeping my clothes. I'll change because they're kind of gross. But if I get rid of these clothes, my dad'll kill me.
Okay. I'm not going to get rid of my clothes. I'm saying we make a rope with these clothes.
I will try make rope. Is that a juvie?
You're gonna try to make a rope?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say we gather all the clothes maybe into the center room, which hopefully has a window. We gather all the clothes into the room with the biggest window, and we're just sitting making a rope together.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Would it be juvie or scouts, or would either or work?
Juvie or scouts. I have neither,
I'd say juvie.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm more
Scouts?
so in a supervisory role.
Scouts too.
I've got 4. Ooh,
Okay. You said scouts would work?
Yes.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so you'd go down to 3rd grade level.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll again.
I rolled a 1.
So you go down to 2nd grade level. Go ahead and roll again.
4.
Okay.
I also rolled a 4 at 2nd grade level for scouts.
So, both of you, Dasha is usually pretty good at stuff like this, but for some reason the clothes are weird and you can't really, like, tie the rope together. I'm gonna say that both of you working together do get, like, a knot or two, but, like, when you pull it, you aren't confident that it would be able to hold you. But you do manage to get, like, some sort of rope. It could hold you.
Maybe.
It's possible. Maybe.
I'm 50% sure if we use this, we'll die. I guess we wait then to see if Clementine shows up.
I will be changing clothes to, like, not be covered in the gross, muddy, like, corduroy pants and, like, sweater vest.
Yeah, I'll take my clothes off too. I'll go downstairs to launder them and to pee. So do I run into anybody?
You don't run into anybody. You do see, like, outside of a window who you think is probably Clementine.
Oh, just like on the normal porch outside the front door?
Yeah.
I open the door.
She, like, turns around, and she's like, "Where are you guys? Come on." It's, like, well past dark now.
Oh, we were upstairs, but I was gonna wash these clothes and go to the bathroom. I didn't. Wait, how long you been here?
Just a few minutes. I don't know.
Hey,
But they're gonna notice that I'm gone. It was really hard to get out.
Do you wanna just, like, come in? But just be quiet.
Okay. And she like follows you inside.
Yes, we scamper and then we go to I go to the bathroom. She doesn't have to go with me. I don't know if we're there yet. As friends.
She stands outside the door.
Yeah. I piss. Do I have to roll to piss?
No, you don't have to roll to piss.
Oh God, what's the hand washing situation?
Oh, there's, like, a basin and, like, a jug of water that's kind of there. There isn't really anything else you could wash your hands with.
Yeah, that's about 2 points of mental damage. And is it like lye soap, like fantasy soap?
Yeah, like, it's a bar, but you're not sure. I don't know. It's fairly good fantasy soap.
It's like,
but it is
beef fat and, like, mint.
Okay, I wash.
Yeah.
And then we scamper upstairs very stealthily.
Clementine just follows you right up.
And then I go and I would knock on both your doors and I'm like, meet me in my room.
I scamper out.
I have my backpack on still, but I'm just wearing, like, pajamas.
I think that Vincent got the dressing down pajamas and is, like, serving Nebuchadnezzar.
Absolutely, yeah.
You look
so
stupid.
the two of you got the pajamas with pants, and then you got You got the dressing gown. Very, very Peter Pan. You all huddle in the room, and Clementine's like, so they're gonna notice that I'm missing. We should probably go.
Let's go.
Right.
Probably shouldn't lollygag.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to the tree.
She leads you out, and it is farther than you thought it would be. She leads you. She leads you back to the edge of the town, and then out past the fields, to another set of trees on the other side of the valley. It's probably like 2 miles that you have to walk.
Do we have a lantern?
No, but there is a full moon, so it's fairly bright.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like you guys aren't stumbling in the dark or anything.
I'm strapping to clarify.
Right, you've got your axe.
You got your
I believe in
axe.
you.
I got my jacks.
And I have a book or two in my backpack
that you can throw. Yeah, so and she brings you back to the other edge of the clearing, along like a little path that isn't quite a path, but you know when like people walk back and forth multiple times, it starts to get a little run down, very human made. Well, I mean, obviously, but you know what I mean. It's a natural path. Then down into a little alcove, and in the middle of this little clearing is this massive tree, with big beautiful branches, the biggest tree that you have seen in the forest so far. And she kind of like slides down the slope and then heads around the side and motions for you guys to follow to the other side of the tree. Get around the edge of the tree, and you see these 2 eyes in the center of the trunk watching you. There's also a branch right between or not right between the eyes, but a little below it, that looks like it has been snapped off and never grew back. And the tree looks down at you all, and he says, I didn't think I would have visitors this late.
It does talk.
Guys, she wasn't lying? This is crazy.
And every word he speaks, you can hear the creaking of some kind of wood deep within his voice.
Hi,
dang.
Mr. Tree.
Hello.
Hello?
We go, Vincent. Why not?
I don't know what to ask you. Do it. I'm trying to process all this. It's a lot.
Hello, Mr. Tree. From what I understand, me and my friends are Tenderfoots. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm starting to believe that it means that we are very, very far from home.
We're fucked.
He says, you're not too far. And then you hear a fluttering of leaves and a creaking of wood. And he kind of gasps in pain a little bit. No, you are...
Do you know how we get back? Do you have a phone we can use to call any of our parents?
I do not have a phone, no.
Do you know what that is, though?
He kind of shudders. I've been shown images of a phone. I don't quite comprehend them.
What shows you the images?
When I started to grow roots, the blue fairy said she wanted me to know things of the other world.
This tree kind of sounds like the homeless guy that hangs out by the school.
Can you tell us why we're here?
I know not why you are here, just that you are.
And how do we get back? Kind of avoid at that point.
There are many ways to get home for you. You can... And then he stops. And it's very clear he's trying to, like, pick his words carefully. Sometimes those that visit here immediately slip back to their own world. Some are stuck here for years and years. And some that were raised here get lost forever and never return. But you may be able to find someone who can get you home. There are those in the mountains that know those like you. There are those along the coast as well. But I don't know how helpful they would be. And you could always speak with the odd wizard or witch or sorcerer and see if they would be able to help you as well.
Is the Piper a wizard?
The tree kind of shudders again. The Piper knows nothing of world travel.
Okay.
Sounds like a cunt.
Oh my.
What is that?
I don't know. Miss Wolf said it
Okay.
once.
About what?
One of the
What,
teachers.
Mrs. Wolf?
Mm-hmm.
I just know that's bad because one of the helpers at my house got fired because they called my dad that. So I don't think that's a good thing.
Probably not.
Wait, do you know Mrs. Wolf?
I do not know Mrs. Wolf. Not in her current form.
What does that mean?
I do not know. And he says that with like a bit of a question mark on the end. And then you hear the same like rustling of the leaves and like another low creaking up in the branches.
Mr. Tree, is there any way you could let our families know we're okay?
I cannot. I don't have that ability. I can
Crud.
just see things from the other world. I cannot contact them.
Are they sad that we're gone?
They do not know you are gone. And yet again, that there's like this heavy creaking and almost like a moaning and kind of like a stifled grunt of pain from the tree.
Are you okay?
I am fine. And yet again, the noise starts again. And this time he kind of like stifles himself, and then the tree stops creaking.
I don't know. So are you saying that we need to either go toward the coast or into the mountains to get answers?
There are many along your way that may be able to help you, if you do find them. All I know is that there's a family living in the mountains that has dealt with Tenderfoots like you before. There's also along the coast, there's a bit of a bay with a lot of people your age, but I don't know how keen they would be to help.
Oh God.
And what about
All right.
the witch or the wizard?
There are a number of magical beings in this land, but you have to be careful with them.
Clearly.
It's clear that he has something that he isn't... Like, you can almost feel it in the air, that he has something that he's holding back as well.
What could we roll?
Wait, could I use... Could I see like a flicker? Could I see like a flicker in his eye and use imagination?
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Get a shifty vision out of it.
No, like
kind of. Yes. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely. So like I'm looking at him and I just want him to give us something, anything so bad. And it's like how when you look at someone wearing sunglasses, you can kind of see what they're seeing. And I see that for a second.
I want you to imagine with me, Tree. I want us to dream together.
Like you want to try and see what he's thinking?
Yeah.
About?
Or like not enough to really get anything, but enough to know that he's being a little whore.
Stinker.
So he is what you can notice in his eyes, and I will say you are able to discern that he is he has somebody in mind. He's just not saying who.
Mr. Tree, sir, if you want us to talk to somebody specific, then we need to know who it is.
That is the thing. I don't think you should talk to her.
Is she mean?
She is the reason I am like this.
You weren't a tree?
I wasn't always a tree. And there's kind of like, there's another like shaking and like creaking, but you can tell this time it's like this low derisive laughter almost.
Well, is she in the mountains or is she on the coast?
She resides in the Checkerboard Kingdoms.
Oh God, that place on the map that's all squiggly and all. I start to like break down. Like I start to you can see me start to cry and I'm like, well, I don't know how we're supposed to even get there. I don't know how to go from town to town. We don't have a horse. We don't have no money. We don't know anybody. And then I just start like crying.
I feel like Abby is crashing out, as the kids would say.
I start to I'm holding my hands at my sides and balling them up in fists and just like keep like intelligently being like, we don't have this and we don't have that and I don't even have a place where I can go swim anymore. I'm afraid I'll get diphtheria from all everywhere here. Y'all don't even have any real soap.
Clementine, can you help Abby?
Clementine puts a hand on your shoulder and just kind of like pats your back.
I don't even have any real soap. It smells so bad.
Vincent's gonna step forward to the tree and basically be like, I've already cried too much today and I'm really tired. You have to tell us who it is.
He pauses for a long time and then he says, she's called the Blue Fairy. She is the leader of the fairies. And she might be able to help you. But I would use her as a last resort. Because even her help has consequences.
Is she a cunt?
Yes, I would describe her as that.
Nice.
So, in terms of prioritizing people to help us, it's a family in the mountains, a cove of kids, and then miscellaneous wizards and witches, and then the Blue Fairy.
Yes.
I go over to Abby. And I kind of just start to lift her up a little bit. I'm pretty sure I'm smaller than her, but I'm trying to like get her to like not be crumbled.
I'm still crying.
I'll bite you if you don't stand up.
Quit trying to pick me up. You can't. You're not big enough.
I know I'm not, but
I punch her. Get up.
But if there's anything I've learned today after crying so much, is that there's nothing we can do besides this. Besides our best, because the tree said they don't even know we're gone. Your watch stopped. Maybe time doesn't even work the same.
That seemed to calm her down a lot.
And also, I don't want Dasha to bite you.
So you better stand up then.
I would bolt up onto my feet after I see the look in Dasha's fiendish eyes.
Dasha is just looking for an excuse to bite somebody. She's
she
first combat. First combat we get into. I'm gonna go over to Clementine and I'm gonna be like, gotta grab her hand. I'm just gonna look at her. I'm gonna be like,
okay, I think we should go back now. We talked to the tree enough, I think, and he sounds like he is in a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm. Well, he probably is. At least from the stories I've heard. And she starts to like lead you guys away.
Yeah. We all scamper.
I turn back and I just go,
thank you, Mr. Tree.
You're very welcome, Vincent.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Mr. Tree. It was lovely, I guess.
Have a good night, Abigail.
I'm like silently sobbing still, but like in a demure way that's not drawing too much attention.
Clementine leads you back towards the village. And is there anything else that you would like to say? Or talk about, ask her before the night is over?
Clementine, do you know where we can, I don't know, get some like I don't know, like a tent or like a horse, but not for money because we don't have any money. You know where we can get some money?
I know that there's a wagon that is probably going to be leaving the village sometime. I don't know when, but you might be able to sneak on there.
Okay. All three of us?
Well, yeah, I mean, how hard would it be to hide under the blankets with the chickens?
I like chickens.
I don't think I've ever seen a chicken before.
You know,
in person.
They like run
lap?
around even without their heads.
That's kind of gross. I just kind of eat them. I've never seen like a real chicken in person before.
You haven't?
No. Are they soft?
No.
Yeah.
I'm getting conflicting information.
Clementine takes you back to the inn/tavern with the goat on the sign and bids you goodbye at the doorway, and she's like, I think my mom and dad are gonna come and talk to you again tomorrow, so we'll probably see you again.
All right. See you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And with that, she lets you go back inside, and I'm assuming y'all just go to bed.
Oh yeah.
And that is where we will end for the week.
there we go.
Wow!
We did it. Technical difficulties
cried
and
a lot,
all.
cried a lot, cried a
So
lot.
many tears.
Thanks for listening. Background music for Tales of the Tenderfoots is brought to you by Epidemic Sounds. For more DICEBERG Ahead content, follow us on our socials and Patreon, or visit us on our website at dicebergahead.com.